Charles Portis, Collected Works. This includes a few of his novels: Norwood, True Grit, The Dog of the South, Masters of Atlantis, Gringos, and then some other stories and writings, as you can see. This is a Library of America book, and it's only just come out recently. And this is why, you see, I used to be a member of Library of America, and if you're a member, then you get a slipcover. But then I moved far away, and the shipping became silly. So now I'm not a member anymore, but I still occasionally buy the books. And when I buy them, I get a dust jacket like this. Now, this one just came out in 2023. So it's relatively new. And Portis is often, he's talked about as, the greatest American writer you've never heard of. But people have, of course, heard of True Grit. But I think that they think of True Grit as being, like a Western. It's a typical Western. It's a John Wayne movie, when really it is a really fantastic book, a great book. I put it in a lot of people's hands. I love that book. And so when Library of America came out with this edition of his writings, I jumped at it. And since then, I've only read one other novel in here, which is The Dog of the South, which is very good, very different from True Grit, in that it's not a Western. To not set in the 1800s or anything like that. It's set in modern times. It's a guy driving a car down to Belize to look for his wife, basically. And then it's just a cast of characters that he meets, and it's not really sort of that given plot that I've given to you. That's sort of the idea, supposedly, but it's really more about the characters that he meets and himself as a character, the narrator, who is just hilariously deadpan. I should have mentioned maybe it's a funny book. It's a very funny book. Okay, let's have a look inside. Get rid of that. Okay, so as with all Library of America books, it's cloth bound, and here's what it comes with a ribbon, and it is on acid-free archival quality paper, that kind of thing. Let's have a look. You can always lie it flat without breaking the spine. This is true for all the Library of America books. So I say this the same thing about all of them. The paper is relatively thin. I've never torn a Library of America book sheet of paper, so it's not dangerously thin, I guess. Then again, I do try to take care of my books. But it's not luxurious, and they're generally not illustrated. But because they're relatively thin, they can put it in this small, really lovely size. So nice to carry around. I can even put it in a big, like a coat pocket. And even though that's true about the size, we've been able to fit a bunch of novels in here. And look how many pages there are. It's more than 1,000 pages, and they all come with notes and a chronology. So I'll show you that. But so you can get an idea of the context that it's being written in and everything. Okay, but I'll show you a bit about the cloth here. Is really nice. Feels good. Just look at the table of contents here. So these are the main novels here. And then we have a few stories. I haven't even read the stories. I really should, because I enjoyed the 2 novels that I read so much. Right, Portis used to be a reporter before he became a novelist, or maybe even after he became a novelist, he remained a reporter. I'm not sure. So these are the notes, and this is true with every Library of America book, but they have notes throughout. You can flip to the back and see something of the context, something of what he's talking to. If he makes an allusion to a work or to a historical event or something like that, you can get some more information about it back here. And then, as I say, there's a chronology of Portis's life. We'll leave it there. It just feels really good, but there's not a lot to look at inside. It's just, I love the size of these books. You can just, the way they just feel so, not exactly compact, but they just feel really properly done. And I cannot recommend highly enough True Grit and Dog of the South as well. I really enjoyed it. I'm not sure I would recommend it to everyone. I'd like to know a little bit about what kinds of things they like, but I really enjoyed it. There were parts of it that I thought were so funny. And the humor mostly comes from the way that the main character is so deadpan. And so it's not easy to find a quote and read out, oh, listen to this one line, it's so funny. It builds by knowing something about what's going on. But yeah, really good stuff. Okay, so this is Charles Portis. I chucked it away and now I have to get it again. Charles Portis, Collected Works. This is a Library of America version.